Our Sunrise Florida Rotary Club invited Loretta Young, who's active locally in the American Legion in the JROTC, to speak about her experiences assisting the JROTC chapters in the schools of our community. The Junior ROTC was founded by Congress in 1916 and is a program sponsored by the U.S. Armed Forces in high schools and middle schools across the world. The objectives are for each candidate to develop citizenship and patriotism, to develop self-reliance and respect authority, to improve their communication skills, both speaking and writing, to strive for physical fitness, and to develop team building and basic military skills. And completing the course give cadets the ability to rank higher if they pursue a military career.
We actually have 29 high schools that have a JROTC program, and we have 2 that are an academy. And the difference is that the academy, it is every day, 5 days a week, that they do have their program, and they wear their uniforms. With the elective portion of the program for JROTC, that's once a week they wear their uniforms, and then the rest of the week they are also in their classes. But they have many activities, afternoon activities, evening activities, weekend activities, and it's really building better citizens is what the program is really all about as far as JROTC. And so my part that I started for the organization for my nonprofit, co-founded it and started it just so we could have funds that would be able to be donated to them for their year-end award services. So at the end of the year, they do have awards that come in. Scholarship awards was what we focused on. So the focus being on trying to help these young people develop and move on with their careers. They do have a 99% graduation when they are in the JROTC program. So I saw the value in that, and I wanted to do whatever I could to help with their program, to help with anything that I could to help them advance. It's been a gradual change over the years from 2006 till now, as far as how the program is, because basically if you're in the military, you will understand the boot camp type style of operation, and it was a lot of that when they first started, and they still do some of it because it's a lot of drill, it's a lot of competition on various levels, color guard, drill expeditions, no longer marksmanship here in South Florida, but in the rest of the area it is, but not here in Broward County. But now they're more on the line of STEM development. So this is more geared now towards drones and all these more technical aspects of growth, which is great because this helps them much more with college. And they still have their summer leadership, which does involve outside camping events and so forth, which they always had in the past. So the kids, and I have to say today, I went to the Sunrise Heroes Luncheon, and it's happened multiple times, and it's what kept me engaged all these years. You meet somebody and they remember you and they say, "Oh, Miss Young, I remember you. You were at my graduation and you presented an award, a certificate, a medal, or a scholarship." And the young lady today from Piper High School, she graduated, and now she is teaching at Piper High School, and she's in chemistry. And she was there with Mrs. Houghton to get an award today for the best teacher, and she also had a student there with her. So these are things that have really let me know that this investment for time and for all that I do trying to help raise funds for these young people, it is beneficial. I've also had young people who've gone into the academies, the service academy, so West Point, Annapolis, Coast Guard, and they have come back. Years and years later, and when I could hardly remember them, they say, "Miss Young, you helped me. You helped me so much." And I can see how their lives have changed over the time. I would see a 15-year-old come into the program, 9th grade, bouncing off the walls, couldn't hold them in their seat. And then when they graduate and they go to a service academy and you see them in their uniform, Annapolis, and they're leading a whole host of other young people. So it's something that is dear to my heart. I will continue this as long as I possibly can. And I always try to encourage other people to do that. So with the Support Association, it's just self-funded. It's myself, 2 other young ladies. We handle from beginning to end. I'm all over Broward trying to meet the instructors, trying to speak with principals, whoever I can, in order to bring focus into the program so people understand the value of this program and the graduation rate of these young people. And you can just see it in their faces and the expressions when they're able to accomplish something and they wear their medals. Their future, I feel, is of value to me. So I went to the event last week, which was a regimental ball, and it was for all of the schools here in Broward County. So they had representatives from all of the schools with the principal or a representative, with the cadets, and they were all in uniform. And you could see, it was at the Little Meridian, and we shook hands with over 300 people at that event. Because this is training for them to understand how is it when you go not just into the military but on with your life, because it's not building someone to go into the military. That's not the focus. It's to be better citizens, and that's the idea of JROTC, and it's a fabulous program. Anybody have any questions?
Like, what do you do
For fundraising? My main fundraise is the a golf tournament. And we do it now annually in April. And it's just going out into the community, trying to get supporters, trying to get teams, people who like to play golf, or supporters just to make donations into the program. We do hold it in Sunrise, at the Sunrise Golf in Springtree. And it's usually a very good turnout. We hold it more or less almost at the same time Sunrise holds theirs, which the chamber does one as well, which is very big. But we're still trying to build that bigger to get more people involved, because that is our main fundraiser. Otherwise, it's just private donations that we get either online, or someone would be interested in what these young people have to offer, and they make donations to the organization.
So which branch of the service is county's JROTC organization? Which branch?
Yes, so the, the services here would be Army, Air Force, Marines. There is no Coast Guard, and Navy. So it's four branches here in Broward County. I think the only one that would have a Coast Guard is down in Miami.
Are you able to help a student from each school?
Not each school, because I believe they stated at the event the other night, there's 7,000 cadets in this program, so it's a huge program. We try to help as many as we can. It depends on how much money we get into the organization, how many we can help. So that varies.
And you help the better ones from the whole entire county. You don't go to the better one at this school or the 29 schools you were saying.
Absolutely, and I usually let the Broward County portion, because I work with the DAI, and they are the ones who say, well, we have this amount of students, and if we have this amount of money, how do we divide it up? So I strictly raise the money and I give it to them, let them make the selections. I have no part in that, and let them determine how many people they want to serve with how much funding for scholarships. And the scholarships are in May. That's why we hold the tournament in April. Because then it's the end of the semester.
And you'll have a program for first aid and CPR certifications?
They're just now starting that. They are starting with the instructors, and the senior instructor has, actually the DAI for all of Broward County, has taken his exam, and he is authorized now to train the other instructors to help. They have not got down to the level of the students doing that as yet. So they're still on the seniors. And each program is one senior instructor and an assistant. So it's 2 people. We have maybe one school that has 3, but most of them are just 2. Marines is the smallest component because there's only 2 Marine schools. And Navy is 5, and Air Force is 3, and the rest are Army.
What is Piper High?
Piper's Army.
Army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Navy, actually, one of the Navy schools, Fort Lauderdale, is the oldest program in Broward County.
Nice.
So they're over 30 years here in Broward.
That's great.
And it's about In per capita, the largest program in the country, next to Chicago.
So I thank you for bringing your joy tonight. I really appreciate it.
Like my daughter goes to a private school. If she's
Right.
interested, how does she get involved?
It would not be available through JROTC, but I would tell you that if she goes to a private school, there's also Civil Air Patrol, which is the auxiliary of the Air Force, and there's also Sea Cadets, which is auxiliary of the Navy, and those are both very, very good programs, and they have after-school programs and weekend programs, and they're excellent, and you can find the information online and register online, and they have several here in Broward County.
If you are in Sunrise, Florida, please visit our club. You can find the meeting times on our club website. I have a video on the history of Rotary and my personal goals in joining Rotary. What is Rotary? We have a short video that we downloaded from the Rotary International website that explains the many goals of Rotary International.